Trying to steer a wounded Republican Party back on message, President Trump touted the GOP's tax plan that appears to be on its way to final passage.
Our current tax code is burdensome, complex, and profoundly unfair. It has exported our jobs, closed our factories, and left millions of parents worried that their children might be the first generation to have less opportunity than the last.
The GOP plan is expected to lower the corporate tax rate to 21%, trim the top rate for individuals to 37%, reduce the mortgage deduction for homeowners, and repeal the individual mandate in Obamacare, a holiday gift the president claims for taxpayers.
We want to give you, the American people, a giant tax cut for Christmas. And when I say giant, I mean giant.
But the president received an early lump of coal in his stocking in the form of the Alabama Senate race, where Democrat Doug Jones pulled off a major upset of Mr. Trump's endorsed candidate, Roy Moore. It was a defeat for the president, who defied warnings from fellow Republicans who rejected Moore, instead listening to his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon.
A lot of Republicans feel differently. They're very happy with the way it turned out. But I would have, as the leader of the party, I would have liked to have had the seat. I want to endorse the people that are running.
The president engaged in some revisionist history, tweeting, "I said Roy Moore will not be able to win the general election. I was right. Roy worked hard, but the deck was stacked against him." But that ignores the fact that the president put his full weight behind Moore, who had been accused of child molestation.
He says it didn't happen. And, you know, you have to listen to him also.
Even touting Moore's candidacy just across the Alabama border in Florida.
This guy's screaming, "We want Roy Moore." He's right.
Republicans who have clashed with the president were celebrating Moore's defeat.
I know we're supposed to cheer for our side of the aisle, if you will, but I'm really, really happy with what happened for all of us.
While Democrats argued the Senate should wait for Jones to be seated before any vote on the GOP tax plan.
I think it's the right thing to do because the people of Alabama have spoken who they want to be representing them.
Others in the GOP pointed fingers at Bannon, accusing the conservative firebrand of leading the party into disaster.
It's not even so much as a political issue, almost as a moral issue. This guy does not belong on the national stage. He looks like some disheveled drunk that wandered onto the political stage.
Bannon's response to Moore's loss? No apologies.
That's because the Democrats hustled. And, you know, people have got to understand, you don't turn out, they're going to turn out. They did, you know, hat tip to these guys at the DNC.
But the election in Alabama wasn't the only source of turmoil for the White House, as top aide and former star of Mr. Trump's TV show, The Apprentice, Omarosa Manigault, abruptly left her position. A reminder of the mountain of melodrama the president has brought to the West Wing that feels like a flashback.
Omarosa has to go. You're fired.